first of all, congratulations on the film. How does it feel that people will be able to experience Monica on a larger scale?
It feels great. It's been a long road for us. I think I got the script in December 2016, so 7, 8 years of this. And I mean beyond Monica, it's I started acting in 2007, so it's taken this long to get a shot at a leading role in a feature. And I don't know, it feels really lovely in a lot of ways, and in other ways, um I guess there's a lot of like question marks flying around in my head. But I'm trying to like stay in the love and the light and the joy of it all and what it means, for the community at large.
Absolutely, especially down the road of being a leading lady in this film, Monica as a film relies less on the dialogue and more on your performance. Did you
Mm.
find freedom in that?
Yeah, I mean, I found challenges. I also found freedom. I really wanted to honor the script. And so there was not a lot of improv, just bits and pieces here and there that, of course, was just a conversation with Andrea. But um, it was sometimes challenging to fill the space because it was a sparse script with lots of juicy silences, and I knew that those couldn't be empty. I knew I couldn't phone them in, and it was it was a boot camp for that kind of acting, and I always like a challenge, so I enjoyed it.
Of course, and looking at the film, especially watching it, it definitely feels like a film that can change a person that allows themselves to be affected by it, have their outlook on life, family, and even themselves change. Did you find that when you tapped into Monica as a character, did she offer you a new perspective?
Mm. Yes, I think I learned how to bury the hatchet, even with my own, even with my own family and people in my life who have maybe not done me so nicely. And I mean, my family and I are great now. Like my mom is amazing, and she had the strength to interrogate whatever society programmed into her. That doesn't mean it was an easy road. It was challenging. It was very challenging, but she loves me. And I had to learn that, like, you got like, I think with the time Monica has left with her mom, I learned how precious time is. And I hope that's the conversation people walk away from this film with, is that they can ask themselves that question, whether it's a family member, an old friend, or something they just absolutely not didn't even have a part in. Um, Learning how to let go of some of the pain and the anger and whatever, um, and make room for joy and peace. And I'm constantly every day I'm waking up and choosing to protect my peace and my joy, especially now with for trans people, because there's a lot going on. But that was the lesson.
Yes, I'm all for protecting your peace. I tell my friends that all the time, so I love that you mentioned that because it's so important.
Yeah.
And there's something you mentioned that just reminded me of vulnerability. There's so much vulnerability you had to tap into with this character, especially that added aspect of taking care of an ailing parent that has hurt you. Like you said, burying the hatchet. I wanted to know what was your experience tapping into that vulnerability beyond experiencing it, but showcasing it for the screen.
So the vulnerability piece was there every single day, nearly every scene. There was not a single day going on set where I didn't have to emote, cry, whatever. And some of it didn't get used, but it was just like ever present. And I had to be open. And um, at the end of the day, I would go and have a drink at the hotel bar and get some food and try to shake her off of me a little bit, you know, because it was very heavy. And that was my reprieve, you know, for 8 hours until I go back to set. But um, yeah, I mean, there's strength and vulnerability, but then I think when you do it that much over the course of 4 to 6 weeks, it can be taxing. So at the end of it, I was exhausted. Um, they bought me like a little necklace that said, like a little gold necklace that said Monica on it. And they were like, wear it to the wrap party. And I was like, I can't. I can't. I have to put her down now. You know, I have to be Trace again.
Thank you, Monica, but it's time.
I'm for Trace again.
Um, but I love that you touched upon a little bit of self-care because I think self-care is so important, especially for you in this role and for people that take on roles that are this vulnerable. What do you hope that other creatives in the industry would implement in these spaces when it comes to femme and trans narratives that allow for you to be able to tap into that vulnerability but still feel safe?
Awareness, being the ability to be collaborative and listen. Um, there was some nude scenes, and you know, I think an intimacy coordinator helps, especially with trans folks or people who have any kind of complicated history with their bodies, women. You just want that extra safety net there because sometimes things aren't being communicated the way you think. And there's yeah, you need that extra, like, I don't know, butter on it. And yeah, I hope people bring awareness. I hope that um we can get away from like people thinking that they might know another person's experience and what all that comes with that. And I hope people aren't scared of that, and that we allow them to learn with grace and not like you know, because on our end it's like you don't want to alienate people either, so it's finding the middle ground and like figuring out how people can learn best.
And a lot of your scenes involved you and Patricia Clarkson as Eugenia. How did you two work towards creating such beautiful chemistry as mother and daughter?
It was pretty instant. I mean, she is similar to me in the way she works. There's not a lot of over preparing. It's just like very from the gut. And from the day I met her at an Emmy party in LA, it was you know, she comes across the room and was like, "Oh, my daughter," you know, and if I felt that kind of thing early with her, it just felt like the chemistry was already there. And I could see her as a mother figure in a way. And working with her was a privilege. She's incredible. She's had an incredible career. I'm always trying to be a student, always trying to learn from every other actor that I work with, you know, whether they're more experienced than me or not. And so, yeah, it was pretty easy to find that.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for this movie. Thank you so much for what you gave us through Monica. And I can't wait for people to experience it and for everything else that your career will bring us.